Good afternoon, Mr. Prestige, Simon. Currently on site doing some groundwork on a property in a Woodley. Now I was asked a question earlier today by a pal of mine, and he basically said, what's the differences between different types of spades? Aren't all the spades the same? And I thought, you know what, it's a very good question, and I haven't covered that off. So in no particular order, I'm going to go through several different spades that I'm actually currently working on. Now, I'm just going to turn the camera on so you can see the work that I'm actually completing at the moment. You can see that I'm actually working the back of a patio, and effectively I'm scalping up a good side of around 12 to 15 tons of soil. You can see the depth, a different type of rubble, different materials in and around the edges. It's a blue string line, which is obviously the leading edge of where I'm going to stop. I'm just going to pop you down here a second so I can use both hands. Hi Danny, how you doing? I can see you watching me. Hope you're well, mate. Hope things are good. Now then, this particular spade that I'm using, I call woody handle. Quite simply, it's got a woody handle. It's a very, very sharp tool I use in the garden. It's for cutting. Very, very, very sharp indeed. The depth in respect to the spit level is about 20-30 centimetres, and that can give me a gauge in regards to how deep I need to go if I'm levelling or trying to find a particular place in which I want to stop. Very lightweight, very flexible, and very workable. Simple garden spade, there's lots of them, and for general people out there who need just a spade for digging over soil, doing a bit of gardening, perhaps taking groughs off particular areas, it's very easy to slice through. Also, you're working quite close to your body with it. That simple spade. Now then, secondly, this is called a long handle acuse. It's called an acuse. Well, Stanley called it an acuse spade. Now, it is different in respect of the bottom. As you can see, it's got a curve on the bottom with a point, which allows me, it's almost like a shovel, but it's firstly soft handles at the front and at the bottom. It allows me to get in from a distance so I can reach, and I've obviously got a good stable balance with my footing. Again, very lightweight, very, very, very pliable. It also has the levers, the depth, the edge is raised here, flattened, so I can obviously get my foot on the back of it and push down. What I love about this, and a lot of landscapers will, is the pointing edge, the leading edge is obviously pointed. You can see that from there. So it's almost like an icebreaker. Hard ground, it slices through, enables you to get through the ground. Moving on. This particular one's made by Saxon, a very, again, similar in respect to the long handle broom, both foam ends left and right, and you've also got your levers, much bigger ones this side, as you can see, but also it literally has a square edge. Now if I'm trying to do the same operation by trying to cut through soil or rubble, it's very difficult because it doesn't have a leading edge, it's quite flat, so all my pressure is going against the same line, hence the breaker before allows you to get through on an angle, straight through. Both very, 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 very good tools and very, very useful in landscaping. Almost there. Finally, your shovel. Your shovel. Literally curved edges. So once you've got obviously material on there, it gives it some support when you're lifting and carrying. Very hardy, very, very sturdy. Made out of steel. This one, steel handle. The whole thing is literally one mould that's been cast, so very, very strong. Finally, a little baby. There you go, little baby spade, which I use literally when I'm on my knees, which I'm on at the moment, and I can work in and around particular areas as I'm digging to pick up soil. There you go, a little bit of information for my pal. It's going to remain anonymous at the moment, but there you go, a little bit of information on spades. Very simple, but you think probably quite ignorant really. We think one spade does everything. It doesn't. There you go, a bit of information from Mr. Prestige whilst out on site in a garden doing some work. Hope you're all well. I can see a few people watching. Have a good afternoon everybody. Keep well.